Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange Issue 8, 2023. That is a crazy looking cover, and it kind of details what kind of goes on in it, but it's interesting seeing Cleo like that and Strange as well. So, we had seen that she had taken herself to go to General Strange, and we are going to see how that kind of works out. But first, we shift to many years ago on a farm in Nebraska, the Strange family farm. This is where it all began. This is where the Sorcerer Supreme was born. No, darling, I was born in a place called Philadelphia, but this is where my sister and brother were born. This is the place where I grew up. Stephen Strange, a farmer? Well, a farmer's son. But I don't think there was ever much expectation that I would grow up to till the earth. But now, who knows? I've seen many worlds, many glories and terrors. Perhaps someday I will return here where it all began. Perhaps someday I will see what I can grow here. That's just to showcase where we now see the General Strange, the war camp of General Strange in Nebraska. And she's like, how would you know that I'd return here? And that he had faith in her, always did. That the Vishanti forsook him, his armies didn't march to his aid, he was betrayed even by himself. But her, you didn't come here for your sister, did you? What has family ever meant among the Faltine? You came here for me. I always had faith in you, Cleo Strange. Has my faith been rewarded? I thought I would be relieved when he agreed with me. When I told him that you had to be killed, that there was nothing for it, I thought I would see the strength in his eyes. I know what you saw instead. It was weakness, wasn't it? As she's pretty much talking about what was kind of going on. Where is he now? Taking counsel instead of taking action. He speaks with the Vishanti, as we pretty much see what they can do. And God, I love the art with this. I mean, just look how crazy that looks. I love the use of color, the lines, how it just looks so kind of nutty. Strange being like, I'm reaping the whirlwind you've sown. What will you do to make this right? Nothing, Stephen Strange. There's nothing we can do. It's like, what? So the Warhound's off the leash and there's nothing you can do. Like, and then they pretty much explained he was like the greatest operative they had. He'd rebuilt himself body and soul with foreign matter, including his occult signature. He knows how to hide from our gaze. Any search for his soul leads us to you. So it's like, they can't do shit. And I love his look of surprise of like, God damn. He's a battlefield general, guerrilla warlord, and everything in between. He is a warrior without compare. 5 millennia of experience he has, and his thirst for war and revenge is unquenchable. Left unchecked, he will break the peace we bargained for, and the war will begin once again. And then we see this great piece just showcasing how the circumstances would be so dire. Seen his methods before, he will turn your world into a war camp. He will make conscripts of all living things, and he will march them to war. Strange needs to, like, it's like, yeah, okay, now we're getting the severity here. And then they're like, well, we'll see, is he going to march against the Trinity of Ashes or the Vishanti first? Such a monster that you created, such a dangerous creature, this rabid dog. Why then did you not destroy him? Do not tell me it was sentimentality. Do not tell me that it was out of love for me, or guilt even. That would be a fine story, that the general's life would serve as a reminder of your shame and what you let me become. No. You let him live because you thought you might yet have use for him. And we see him just like really just pointing that at me like, screw you. Worry not, O Vishanti. I will be your assassin once again, your warrior, your warhound. And when I am done, perhaps you will need to put me in a crystal prison. And I just love all the different kind of colors and craziness. It's like, this is not a good look for the Vishanti, that they pretty much did this thing. They were backed into a corner. They had a war against the Trinity of Ashes. And they just completely screwed over Strange. And now we've got this other Strange that is like the worst case possible scenario for him. It's like, there's got to be a reckoning with the Vishanti when this comes up. Now granted, I'm not saying that Strange had completely aligned himself with the Trinity, because they're just as bad. We've had to deal with their kind of bullshit as well. But we'll see how they kind of factor in here. Of course, General Strange being like, I thought of you often, Cleo Strange. That she was fighting her own war in the Dark Dimension. That they hound her heels for Agamon's death. as if his death was any sort of crime, as if his death was not a gift to the world, a gift. That was what it was. But it wasn't my gift to the world, Clea. It was my gift to you. As they kiss, it's like, oh God. Someone saying, damn it all. As we see that Strange gets back to the sanctum trying to find Clea. But we see that Bats is like, she's not here. What? She's gone. She's left. At a time like, where is she gone, Bats? I don't know. She said something about needing to get some air. She said she was going to a farm. Does that mean anything to you? A farm. The farm. Where it all began. Oh, Vishanti, no. As we see that our faith in Clea is rewarded as General Strange is like, I love you. I would kill for you. I don't want you to kill for me, Stephen. I want you to die for me. As she then stabs him with that knife that comes out of nowhere. Again, kind of showcasing what was kind of going on the cover. She's going after a Strange, but not the Strange that we know of. And that is just nuts, seeing it like blast out like that. And she's saying it's a blade of Mysterium, an anti-magic metal, which is good. Clever, cruel, fearless. How could I not love you? But wood is not magical regardless of how I move it. And he utilizes his magics in the wood to like get the Mysterium blade away from her. And he's going to return the favor against her as she's pretty much getting into her full Faultine form. So the lapdog cowers at Holmes and sends you as his assassin. Hardly. I came here of my own initiative. I love Stephen Strange, my Stephen Strange. Enough to kill for him. To kill you, so my husband would not be made to. That's a big thing. And that's an important look into her character. She doesn't want Strange to have to do that and deal with that. And so she went to take it upon herself. Now granted, you got to kind of communicate that kind of stuff. And granted, I understand that like Strange would be like, no, I don't want you to do that. But yet, sometimes if you communicate that, you could get into better kind of ways of how to do things. Enough to die for him, Clea Strange? Let us find out together. As we then see them blasting about with their pretty much full might. It will break my heart to kill you, Clea, but my war has broken my heart time and time again. I wonder if I will feel anything at all. She cannot defeat him. I cannot defeat him. Doc, what are we going to do? The Vishanti will not help me any more than they already have. I can only hope that Wand can come to my aid in time. But to buy that time, I must go to others for support. Bats, it would be best if you left the room. Doc, you're not going to do something crazy, are you? I wish I could tell you otherwise, but I am going to do something insane. I am going to court madness itself. Go, Bats. You do not want to see this. Whimper, whimper. It's like, poor Bats. I love that Bats is still here. Good dog. So then we shift. And we see that he communes with the Trinity of Ashes, being like, you know who I am. You know what I want. And I know what it is. It is also... and I know that it is also what you want. What say you, O Trinity of Ashes? Do we have a deal? And I like the kind of different kind of looking, faded out kind of colors that kind of work there. It's like, what's going to be the price for this? What's going to happen here? Then we see blam as Clea is pretty much taken down. It's like, damn, what's going to happen? Too late. I have been damned time and again. I have no hope for salvation, redemption, only victory. Victory? That should be the last thing on your mind, General. And it's a different kind of speech bubble. It's like, that's not good. You shouldn't have threatened my wife. As we see Doctor Strange with dark and sinister look and energies about him. It's like, oh God, what is this going to do? And his outfit looking kind of different, but still the same as we've seen before, but like nuts. It's like crazy. That is beautiful art, but it's so sinister and definitely not the Strange that we are used to. Oh yeah, and I was also looking at the cover, we see like General Strange there as well. It's like, what the fuck? So, we know that Wand is trying to get in this as well to help out, and that Strange is using this as a delaying tactic to get that help. But that's a big thing to court madness and to court the power of the Trinity of Ashes, and what could be the cost of that to Earth and what Strange has to pay to do this. Because, granted, this is a big kind of deal because General Strange is going for the Vishanti and the Trinity of Ashes, so it's in everybody's kind of best interest, even to keep a status kind of quo, to power up Doctor Strange to take on General Strange. But we will have to see how this works out. Him being able to kind of like scare the General a little bit, at least in his look over to him, hopefully bodes well enough that this will be enough to kind of give him an edge to kind of stop what's going on. And I like that our faith in Cleo was rewarded. I don't mind that it followed what we would have hoped or a kind of predictable path. I think it was executed well. If you disagree with me, I completely understand with that. And if you don't like this, I get it. It's kind of an interesting and weird one. The Vishanti have turned into real assholes and are kind of making a case that they are just as bad as the Trinity because they created like General Strange throughout their war with the Trinity of Ashes. That's not a good thing. So we'll have to see how this kind of works out, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.